Welcome, everybody, to Casting for Two, the podcast, as always hosted by yours truly, Chris. Welcome, everybody, to episode number 350. Wow, already at 350. 50 more, and then I retire from podcasting. Glorious, glorious retirement. I'm just kidding. But hi, everybody. However you're listening to this podcast on any service, whether it's Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Radio Public. I think I said iHeartRadio. Anyway, or the website. However you're listening to it, feel free to drop me a review if you like what you're listening to. And also, if you want to keep up with everything that I do online, you can do that on my Instagram and Twitter. Both are at Casting for Two. And so I don't know what what other shop talk I have to say, but you know what? I guess I'll get into it a little bit early. Let's talk about the guests for today. The guests were, well, one of them was on a previous episode earlier. Cody from Ansible is back, and he brought along a newbie named Shea. And they're the boys in Ansible. And Ansible, if you haven't listened to that previous chat, I would go listen to that. But they do some incredible like pop 80s synthwave music. I can't even talk. I got tongue-tied. But it's amazing music, and they have a new EP out right now called Sirens, and it's phenomenal. I listened to it, and I loved it. It's not called Sirens. It's just called Siren. But you know what? I got to stop talking because got to get into this episode, all right? So sit back, relax, and Geo, cue the music, please.
It's good because I'm done working.
That's what you think.
Yeah.
I'm about to send some files to your Dropbox.
Oh no!
I have nothing ready for you, so don't worry.
Okay.
Wait, when you mean file, you mean like more music files and stuff like that?
Yeah,
That's right.
Okay. So what is that your process, in a nutshell? Like, all right, I'm going to work on this, and then I'll send it to you, and then blah, 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 then blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, pretty much. Exactly. A lot of blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
a lot of blah, blah, blah. It's a whole lot of me badgering Cody to do work. That's like a lot of the load.
Gotcha.
I'll be pushing him for that. I'll be pushing him for his 90% of the input, and then I'll make him wait for my 10.
Yeah. But Chris, you understand that, right? Because you're a drummer.
Yeah,
you know how drummers are.
Oh, yeah. Well, I can't speak for all drummers. I know how I am. Yeah. So in that case, no, I don't understand. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, yeah.
No, I totally get you. I totally get you guys.
Yeah.
But this is a podcast. This is hi, Cody.
Hey.
Is it a Shea? Shea?
It's Shea.
Shea. Okay, I just wanted to make that clear. Hi, we haven't met before. My name's Chris. Hi.
Hey, Chris.
When did we last chat, Cody? It was.
Oh my gosh. 2 years ago.
Okay.
Sound about right, or is it shorter?
I think 2 sounds good. Maybe 3, but for sure more than 2.
Yeah. It probably might have been 3. That makes sense.
But so this is a loose podcast, and we can chat about whatever we want, especially all the blah blah blahs. But I'm curious. Cody had mentioned to me that there was a switching of band members. Which were you intimidated coming into a project like this, or were you like, all right, yeah, I got the music files, let's do this?
Well, yes, yeah, I was, because man, the last guy, the material was really good, and the lyrics were awesome. In my personal opinion, I was like, Cody, what'd you do to piss this guy off? But, I was really happy that he asked me to join and help him out, and it's been a lot of fun.
Nice. What's the background between you two?
Cody?
We share a really good friend / mentor who sadly just moved. Well, maybe not sadly for him, and probably not sadly for Shea, but he just moved to LA like 3 days ago, so we're not going to see him much now. But yeah, it was funny. I was moving back from Houston, and Nick he hit me and said, "Hey, if you're moving back to Tennessee, my buddy," actually at the time he said my grasshopper, which is a nice one. Yeah. He said he lives in Nashville, and you should hit him up. And so I did, and we hit it off pretty quickly.
And he did a very Nashville thing and met at Moss Tacos for the first time.
Oh my gosh, so Nashville. So Nashville. I've never been to Nashville, but it sounds so Nashville.
It's, yeah. You can't get more East Nashville than that.
If there's one thing I know growing up a Mexican and American is that tacos bring everybody together. It's just a fact.
You know,
100%.
I'm going to agree fully. I think all diplomatic meetings should be held with various taco buffets available.
Exactly. You know, when Donald Trump had that feast of fast food, I didn't see one Taco Bell in there. And, you know, people would have been complaining if it was all Taco Bell. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, man. You're so right. That's a very, very astute observation.
Thank you. And you know, you probably could have bought like 200 tacos for like $20. That's all I'm saying.
Oh.
Yeah. Let me do the math on that real quick. Probably less.
Right. But so I'm curious, Cody. So I guess you were in Houston when we last chat. Mm-hmm. And then, you know, you moved back to Tennessee. Did you notice that with the environment change, did that affect the music? And you know, besides the, you know, Shea coming in.
The new guy.
The new guy.
Elephant in the chat room here.
I guess yes and no. Like, stylistically, it was largely the same. In terms of it's still very 80s driven, but I would say in terms of moving back, it got more serious for me. I really wanted to make it work because, you know, I'd spent so much time on it before, and with a change where, you know, I lose a vocalist, and I thought, I really don't want this to die. And some close friends were like, no, don't do it. So I got really, really serious, and it was nice to have that network here that I might not have actually had in Houston. So in a lot of ways, yeah, I guess it did change. It changed for the better.
Okay, nice. And so when you know, you eat tacos, you hit it off. When does the music making actually happen? Is it, you know, I have these songs ready, or did you guys come up with all new songs together?
Well,
I would say a mixture. I mean, Shea, yeah.
It started with playing with Sis when you on guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah, so our first musical things together were in me and my sister's band, Henley, doing a country thing. And, of course, Cody is he's just your quintessential stage guy. What do you want him to play? He'll play anything.
Worst.
Like, what do you want me to do? You want me to whistle and play harmonica at the same time? And somehow he can pull it off.
Oh.
So that was the beginning. He asked me to join, listen to this stuff and tell me what he thought. I listened to a whole bunch of Dropbox files, and it was completely awesome. And yeah, he had a folder full of songs that were mostly done, at least as far as basic form. Lots of, these are not like acoustic guitar demos. These are like sequenced out.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of time and thought has been put into them, but with no melody and no vocal. Sometimes maybe like some kind of chimey bell synth melody or something that he's hearing, but kind of a blank slate. And sometimes they're 4 minutes long. Sometimes they're a minute and a half long.
Mm-hmm.
And so we just start picking through that stuff.
And so when, as far as the stuff that you worked on for the new record coming out, was there one song in particular that took more amount of time because something wasn't gelling together?
Oh, Shea.
Yep. Here we go.
Do we want to talk about my mental breakdown?
I think it makes for good podcasting.
It does, yeah.
I mean, look, if you want to go there, I'll go there, man.
I certainly don't fancy myself a psychotic lead singer by any stretch.
Mm-hmm.
Although my friends would probably say I'm crazy, but I'm drummer crazy. And drummer crazy is different, and, it's fine and accepted. But I had a full lead singer, like, psychotic break in the studio. We're on a very limited time frame to get this record done. We flew our buddy Nick in, mentor and my sensei and all that, to mix the record.
Mm.
We're at the studio burning money that we don't have, and on one of the vocal performances, whether it was the delays we had going or whatever, the effects on the voice, I completely broke and I freaked out that this record was going to come out with my voice sounding the way it did. And I mean, I just sat in the back stewing, just crazy upset all night. And so they basically dismissed me after a couple hours. Like, they worked on the song, and I was still just 2 hours later, I was freaking out. I was like, I can't believe this. I don't want people to hear this right here. And so they basically dismissed me and said, well, if you can beat it at home and dump us a new vocal in the morning, then do it. Mm-hmm. And so I went home, and at 9:30 at night, set up a microphone out in my garage. And Cody and I do have the same vocal mic. That was a bit of good planning, I'd say. Mm-hmm. So good engineering definitely saved me from the meltdown. So I re-recorded a vocal and brought it in the next morning, and that was that. But I freaked out. I've never freaked out that badly about a musical situation ever.
What was it, because you just weren't satisfied with it?
Yeah, it just sounded very processed in an unpleasant way to me.
Okay.
And it just sounded like I didn't want to put my name on it. Mm. It was kind of like what was I thinking when I handed Cody this kind of thing. So I redid it. And all is well. I'm very happy with it now. Thank you.
Now, it's so okay. Well, that brings me to an interesting thing where artists, I love asking actors the question, are they able to enjoy themselves in movies? Are you able to take yourself out of the music and just listen to it and not think like, oh, I did this? Like somebody that resembles my face and all that did this.
I don't know how to answer that, Cody. I tell Cody.
I think.
Go ahead, Cody.
Yeah, go ahead. Oh, I was just gonna say. I know for me, the moment where I stopped realizing, oh yeah, this is me and Shea, and I'm just like, oh, that's a good song. That's the moment when I think I've probably done it right. That's normally how it works. But it takes a long time before that switch gets flipped.
Right.
Like for the longest, every time I hear it, I just go, nah, that still sounds like us. That doesn't sound like, an album or whatever. What about you, Shea, though? I don't know.
I was going to say I just always explain myself to Cody as the kid who, can't stop staring at himself in front of the mirror for the first time. So I love the music. I loved the music before there were any words put on it. I loved the chord progressions and the soundscapes and the beats and everything about it. So for me, it's like we finally finished it and, psychotic break avoided. And I would just listen to it over and over again and think, I can't believe I get to be a part of this. I really like it. I don't know that I can divorce myself from it because I'm really happy about it. I love that Cody asked me to be a part of this, and I love the way it turned out, and I'm super proud of it, and I can't stop listening to it and looking at myself in the mirror.
No,
what it comes down to.
No, I think that's okay. A mental breakdown aside, I mean that's just that's just because he cared. That's all I'm hearing is like you cared about the project and you wanted it to be a certain way. So that's
that's good.
It's not like
that's a good way to put it.
Yeah, it's not like you're Christian Bale yelling at the DP. So unless you were yelling at a DP, I don't know. But
thankfully, no.
Yeah. So it's all good. What do you guys have planned for the future? I know you guys just finished the album, but are there places that you want to go or new music that you want to conquer, or do you want to bring back like a clapping harmonica combo?
Yes.
Yeah,
definitely that for sure.
No, I think. For one, I mean, we definitely want to get out and start playing this music live. It's me. I've been hesitant to do it live simply because of the logistics of like when we make the record or record anything, it's always like a very big ordeal because there's a lot of instrumentation and vocal parts. And so Shea mentioned it. We play with his sister in a band. And in that, we're largely just a three-piece. And to try to do the whole pop country thing, we ended up having to figure out a way to make it sound like that big production with three people. And then Shea looked at me once and just said, we could do this with Ansible. And then that door was open. So we definitely want to start playing, except, with less country parts.
Right.
But, but that's definitely one thing. We're excited. We took so long to get this album out. We're actually releasing a cover this week from an 80s movie I really loved, Real Genius. I don't know. Chris, did you know that? It's technically before our time.
How dare you know how old I am? Wait, what was it called? Real Genius?
It's called Real Genius. It's Val Kilmer.
Yeah, yeah. I know that movie. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a song on the soundtrack that got stuck in my head like probably 5 years ago, and I was obsessed, and I begged Shea to do it with me. So we're actually releasing a cover, which I never thought we would do, and put out the new album and just all kinds of stuff.
Hold on. I want to slow down and point this out. I want to go on the record.
Uh-oh.
Say, Cody Smith said, this is the only cover Ansible will ever do. Play
true.
that song for me. So let the record show. We'll see what the future holds.
There we go. Yeah.
There you go. You go.
I will be the first to admit that I'm horrible at asking musicians to cover other music, because I just think Ansible just has an awesome sound, and from the first time I heard it, I was just blown away by it, and I'm like, what? Wow! And I know the passing of Rick from the Cars, Rick Kasich.
Gosh, man.
Drive is one of my all-time favorite songs, and I'm just like, I wonder how Ansible would sound playing Drive.
But it's so good, we shouldn't mess with it.
Right, exactly. No, exactly. But yeah, it's just that thought of, man, what would they sound like if they did that? But you're never going to do another cover again, so it doesn't matter.
That's correct. Yeah.
We'll see. We'll see about that.
Shea will eventually get his way.
So Shea, you want to do more covers?
I dig a well-done cover song.
Okay. Okay, all right. So if you could do a cover of any song, which one?
Ansible. Man. It's probably going to be Dad. I mean, it's probably going to be Peter Gabriel.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
Okay. All right. You know, I hope this doesn't start a fight between you two. I'm just saying.
Oh no.
I'm just saying.
I need him way too badly to make it mad. He knows it's true.
Nah, you guys need each other. I don't know what you're
commenting. Oh gosh.
But okay, so I mean, you mentioned doing live stuff. Is there one of your songs that you're excited to play in front of people when when you get to?
Ooh. For me, just on a personal level, the single that's coming off this record, "Stop," gets me really giddy, just because it's like a super big in-your-face drum thing, and it's really sort of Tears for Fearsy, and Shea did just an incredible vocal job on it. And so to think about him playing drums and singing that at the same time, I'm just like, I want to watch that. That's the thing I want to see.
See, that one scares me with the jellyfish idea, but I think about it quite frequently. I think I'm going to go for it.
Yeah.
I, too, am really stoked about that. I'm really stoked about Slow Dance from the first EP. I want to play that one live. I just want to play them all. I'm going to be real. I like it, I like the music. I want to stare at myself in the mirror in front of people.
That would be an interesting setup.
Yeah, maybe that's.
It's like, is there a drummer? Yeah, he's behind the mirrors over there. He's not looking at us. Yeah. Although, if you happen with your drum beats break a mirror, that would be super badass.
Oh, that would be pretty epic.
So okay, all right, I'm done.
Put that in the budget for the next record. Broken Glass.
When I used to play in the high school pep band. And it was me and another drummer, and the drummer was far superior than myself, which, he's a talented guy, so But one time he was playing.
You're a talented guy.
Yeah, sometimes. We were playing that song, "Spinning Wheel."
Yeah.
And I don't know what happened, and we were playing a POS school drum set to begin with, but he ripped the front of the kick drum. Not the back, but the front was completely ripped from his bass drumming.
What?
Wow.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah, and that's always been like so badass in my head.
That's pretty rough. How does someone do that? I don't even know.
It was one pedal. He wasn't
I don't even get the physics behind that.
I don't know either. Now, I mean, realistically, the trombone section was in front. Maybe one of them smacked it, but that's not as cool. So
that's definitely not as cool.
No. So, but no.
still have a scratch on one of my bass drums from a now very famous rock star that he put it on there when he was about 17, 16. So I see that every time and think about how much money he makes and how he could afford to fix that, if it happened to him. It's Daniel Platzman from Imagine Dragons. He's the drummer for those guys.
You know what, them? Him? Them?
Not personally, no.
Oh, okay.
I almost know him. We played all-state jazz together, and he was a couple of years older than me. And we used my kit because that happened to be the rehearsal room. The concert hall was the rehearsal room that my particular combo used. So my kit is the one that stayed set up for the concert. And he absolutely put his foot through it and destroyed one of the legs on it and scuffed my bass drum.
Yeah.
Oh,
My custom, beautiful Keller shell bass drum still bears his mark.
I bet that keeps him up at night too. He's just like, I gotta fix this.
I'm gonna say you're wrong about that.
But then he forgets because he goes out and plays Radioactive, and then he's like, or whatever.
Right, yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Or
you get on that bill, Cody. I'm just saying.
All right, Cody. Have you ever broken an instrument? Come on.
Not in any cool way. No, I can't say that I have. I got really brokenhearted this year because I bought a new guitar and I just found a scratch on it. So I'm the least cool when it comes to this kind of thing.
No, that would drive me crazy too. I bet you have like one of those nice padded, like I don't know, sniper gun cases for it.
Oh, you know it. Oh,
yeah.
You know.
No,
yeah.
I know how you feel. I know. I get what you're saying. I got a scratch on my cell phone, and the world was it for me. I get it.
Yep.
I get
it.
But for the
then what's awful is as soon as you get that first scratch, then all bets are off, and you'll just do anything to it. So
doesn't
at least I'm that way.
That's true. That is true. But for the people at home who would like to pick up the album when it's available, follow you on the social medias, or I don't know, anything else, where can they do all that?
Yeah. Ansible Sounds, or at Ansible Sounds on Instagram. I believe we're also in Ansible Sounds. Ansible, by the way, Ansible, although I assume it's in the podcast notes.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Probably can read.
I don't know what you're talking about. There's no
Sounds.
podcast notes. I don't know what you're talking about.
Whoops. Ansible Sounds on Instagram and Facebook, and then the record will be out on all those music retailers.
We lost Cody. He's gone.
He's gone. Goodbye, Cody.
Yeah.
We had a good run.
Oh, no.
There he is. Oh, okay. All those music retailers, and it went completely silent.
That's the thing I love about Skype is that, especially when we're doing multiple people, it's really hard to judge when I shut up and everyone else talks. So I know no matter what, I am going to stop talking, and then there's always an awkward pause.
Right.
And of course,
those international news reports,
they're
talking to somebody 1,000 miles away or whatever about, the random hurricane that popped up off the Gulf of England or whatever.
And I could be an asshole and
a real body of water
off England, that's the only problem they have in England. But
Gulf of England,
the Gulf of England.
Oh my gosh!
I don't think I could have crafted a better joke than the Gulf of England.
Well,
I think I'm going to steal that if that's okay.
Please do.
Right.
Hashtag it. We're trying to go viral with this thing.
All right. Now, if
Gulf of England by Ansible.
Yeah, I was going to say if there's an album or a song by it, you know what? I'm not gonna say a word. I'm just gonna, do a subtle nod and then keep walking.
It might happen. It honestly might happen.
Yeah.
If Cody uploads a song called Gulf of England to the Dropbox, on this record there are 6 tracks and 5 of them kept the original name, I do believe.
That's true.
Or maybe it's 4. I don't know if Stop was called Stop.
No, it was called Q because it was the first letter I hit on the keyboard.
It was called Q.
There we go. There we go.
So if he uploads it, I'm trying hard to make it work lyrically. So we'll see.
I mean, I feel like you would do that, Cody. And I'm not trying to egg anybody on,
100%.
but I feel like you would do it.
Oh,
I mean,
no, it's
done. He pigeonholed me into the word deference this time. I mean, what? Turned out great. I don't know how, but I like it.
There we go. And that was the awkward pause that I was looking for.
I was, I was going to enjoy it.
Yeah, and I could trim it out, but I'm going to be an asshole and not do that.
Perfect. I love it.
But Cody, Shea, thank you for the wonderful chat. Cody, I'm glad you kept in touch with me, and I'm happy.
Yeah.
I'm happy that you're still making music because I think it's absolutely incredible, and I think you guys should do more. If not for you, for me.
You're too kind.
I am a sucker.
Man, it was our pleasure.
So we will dedicate the 3rd record, Gulf of England, to you.
Oh my gosh. And then, if you did that, I would run around the streets saying this is a record based on me and probably get tased.
That's the press we need.
There we go. But I'll let you guys go create more files in a Dropbox because apparently that's what all the cool kids are doing.
You got it.
There you go. But anytime you guys want to come back, just say the word. All right.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks so much, Chris.
All right. Thank you, and have a wonderful rest of your night.
You as well.
You do the same.
All right. Bye-bye.